Hello everyone, my name is Hunter Peterson, along with my partners Nick, Rio, and Nick. I'm thrilled to introduce you to a business with incredible potential, Utah Canine Academy. We're not just talking about dog training, we're talking about transforming lives for both dogs and their owners. Today we're here to present a comprehensive marketing strategy and growth plan designed to evaluate Utah Canine Academy from a local gym to a dominant force in the premium pet services market. Think of this as a Shark Tank pitch, but with more wagging tails and even bigger opportunities. We've identified a critical gap in the market and we're ready to show you how we'll fill it. Drive revenue and build a loyal community. Let's dive in. At its core, Utah Canine Academy has been a transactional business. Clients pay for a program, get results, and then the relationship often ends. Our executive summary highlights a pivotal shift, moving from a transaction model to a relationship-based ecosystem. The problem is clear: a lack of post-training engagement. The solution? A comprehensive customer retention overhaul. We're not just selling training, we're selling a lifelong partnership. This strategy will not only enhance customer loyalty, but also unlock significant recurring revenue streams. To understand the landscape we're operating in, let's look at a bigger picture. Our pestle analysis reveals a highly favorable market. Politically, we operate within clear animal welfare regulations, which Utah Canine Academy already exceeds, building trust. Economically, the U.S. pet industry is booming. $165 billion market in 2026, projected to hit $198 billion in 2030. This sector is resilient even against inflation, showing owners prioritize pet care. Socially, we're seeing massive pet humanization. Dogs are family, and owners are investing heavily in their well-being and behavior. This fuels demand for professional training. Technologically, there's a growing need for online booking and communication, an area we'll leverage. Legally, we operate in a risk-sensitive environment, making strong insurance and clear waivers essential, something Utah Canine Academy already excels at. Finally, environmentally. While smaller, there's an emerging trend for eco-friendly practices, offering a modest branding opportunity. In short, the market is ripe for a premium, relationship-focused based service. But every market has its challenges, which brings us to our SWOT analysis. Our SWOT analysis shows that Utah Canine Academy is in a strong position. Its biggest strengths are the structured board and train programs, strong focus on dog behavior, and current online presence. These things help the business stand out from competitors. Some weaknesses are a smaller service area and depending too much on one trainer, but those can be improved with the right growth plan. There are also a lot of opportunities. More people are spending money on pets, and demand for professional dog training keeps growing. New technology for pet businesses can also help improve booking, communication, and customer experience. At the same time, there are threats like heavy competition, economic pressure that may affect spending, and legal or liability risks. Overall, our strategy is to use the company's strengths, fix weak areas, take advantage of opportunities, and stay ahead of threats to help Utah Canine Academy grow into a top leader in the market. Thank you. Next, I'll be handing it off to Nick Pardon, and he will be explaining the market product focus and the unique Carlos factor.
Hey, I'm Nick. I'm here to talk about what sets Utah Canine apart. This is what we call the Carlos factor. Carlos isn't just any dog trainer. He has 8 years U.S. Security Forces military, working dog handler. He was in the Air Force, DoD certified trainer, and AKC Good Citizen Evaluator. No local competitor really has that combination, just like Carlos does. Military Precision is really the Utah Canine brand. Utah Canine also post their pricing online. This is pretty rare in the market, and it builds trust pretty close right away. There's a pretty large gap though. Nothing happens after the training ends. There's no retention system. There's no reason for clients to come back. What we're proposing fixes that. That's where the real opportunity is. On Jordan. Meet Jordan. She's our primary customer, mid-30s. She lives on the Wasatch Front and treats her dog like her family. She has disposable income, and she'll pay for a proven solution, even if it's not a cheap fix. Jordan is a customer that researches before she buys. She reviews, she watches before and after videos, she talks to her vet and local community members and family. She picked Utah Canine because of Carlos's military background and his credentials. Her pain points are real. Embarrassing dog behavior, safety concerns, and then no time for daily training. She worries that results on her dog won't last, they won't stay around, and they'll forget it one day. She feels pretty alone and in the dark after pickup day. Our plan, the goal is to hit those all directly, turn those pain points into engagement and profitable opportunities. So here's a positioning statement for Utah dog owners who treat their dogs as family. Utah Canine is the only training program in the state backed by U.S. military working dog standards from Carlos's background. That's the USP. Competitors treat training as a one-time transaction. Our goal is to deliver long-lasting results and stay connected long after the program. The reason to believe is Carlos. 8 years as a USAF military working dog handler. Again, like I mentioned earlier, is DoD certified and AKC evaluator. That's not only just marketing. That's a promise backed by real expertise, real certifications, and actual real credentials that not many people have. So onto our marketing mix. I'll have Nick talk about that.
Okay, thank you, Nick, for that. My name is also Nick. I'm the other Nick. And I'm just going to walk you through our marketing mix, and I'll just start with product strategy and then flow into everything else. So basically, Utah Canine Academy offers residential board and train programs where basically the dog stays and trains with Carlos for either our puppy 10-day, 2-week, or the 3-week advanced. Each program has high quality, lifetime trainer support from Carlos. The big game changer is we're introducing a total customer retention overhaul that shifts the business model from just a one-time transaction to an ongoing client relationship. The centerpiece here is that we're going to have this new touch-up weekend program where we bring graduate dogs back in and get a reoccurring revenue stream, which just deepens that client loyalty and ensures that the journey doesn't just end with the client right when they leave after that initial training. Next, I just want to talk about our pricing strategy that we have for Utah Canine Academy. We're building it for sustainability and growth. We offer a tiered flat rate model, so from around $1,500 you can see there to $3,600 for that advanced course. These are market rate prices, and it reflects our premium quality. As you can see there, we are below national franchises, and originally we thought the pricing was going to be a problem. But the pricing actually isn't bad. It was just, again, that lack of recurring revenue. So that leads into the touch-up boarding weekend where it's $400 to $600, and we're positioning it as a protecting your investment, not a new purchase. So for a client who just spent $3,600, it's an easy yes because they want to maintain that investment they paid with that big chunk of money. So we're also going to reposition the 2-week course as a permanent $2,600 rate. So that way we eliminate that perception of discounting, and it just keeps our perceived value high, and it just keeps our margins healthy. Okay, so this is just our promotion plan. It's a digital engine that is targeting Wasatch Front Millennials and Gen X dog owners. Instagram Reels and TikTok are going to show our before and after clips of training that generate that organic reach and credibility that we're looking for, and it's going to provide a visual proof of concept that Carlos is educated and knows what he's doing in training. Those high intent Google search ads are going to capture those high intent prospects that are already looking for solutions, and just find those customers that already know what they want to do. They just need to find a trainer. Our PR strategy builds reputation through local media, so that's things like Nextdoor and Facebook community groups, and that's going to drive that word of mouth. Personal selling is critical, so the intake consultation is where Carlos is going to earn trust and really close those enrollments. And then we just have that retention automated CRM outreach, which is a structured 7-day, 30-day, and 4-month check-in, and it's just going to have proactive maintenance tips, and that's naturally going to lead to that touch-up program that we mentioned, where the customer who isn't as knowledgeable as or educated as Carlos may not use every little bit of training that Carlos gave the dog. And if you're not using a language, just like the dog isn't using the training, you're going to lose it and you might need to relearn it. So this recurring revenue from this touch-up training is going to be huge for that. And lastly, for the marketing mix, I just want to touch on the place and distribution. So for that geographic reach, there's a facility located in Woods Cross, Utah, and it's strategically there because it's able to serve the high-income people of Salt Lake and Davis counties, which is great because it fits that target market that we're looking for with that Jordan persona. We're also trying to get in relationships with strategic partners like veterinary clinics and animal shelters, especially the animal shelters, because a vet's recommendation is going to carry that a lot of trust, and those new adopters are some of the most motivated clients to get their dog trained because it's their new owners, their dog's new, maybe a puppy, whatever it is, and they need to get it just trained so it behaves well. The website is the central hub for booking, the pricing, and just the social media traffic, which is great because it creates a low cost, high distribution network, which is again allow us to stay afloat as a business and stay on top from here on out. So with that, I'll hand it over to Rio, and he can bring it all together with our retention strategy and the financial outlook.
Thank you, Nick. I'm Rio Harris, and I'm here to talk about sort of the core of our strategy, which we're calling the Retention Overhaul Partner for Life. This is where we close one of the bigger gaps in Utah K9's current models, where our structured CRM sequence ensures that a client's journey doesn't just end when they pick up their dog. Imagine 7 days after pickup, you receive an email as well as an SMS check-in with some slight reinforcement tips just to sort of correct those initial lapses you may see in your dog's behavior. And then month 4, we offer a drift warning, a what to watch for as your dog gets adapted back into its regular home life. This is sort of a proactive outreach for us to identify some of those behavioral regressions you might see in your dog and then offer you some tips on those as well. And then month 12, a soft prompted touch-up weekend. This is where we invite you back out and sort of just get another chance to work with your dog if need be. This automated workflow managed by a custom CRM transforms the single enrollment into a multi-year relationship. This touch-up program, we don't like to think of it as just a service. It's more of a protection plan for the client's investment in working with us and trusting us to ensure their dog is to their needs as far as behavior. But this retention program isn't only protection for the client, it's also a high margin reoccurring revenue stream for the academy. And this is how we can build a loyal alumni community, which is so important with mouth to mouth, especially with such a heavy investment like dog training. We have to ensure that our alumni are satisfied with their experiences, and that's sort of like the whole idea behind this retention overhaul. But what does this mean for the bottom line? Well, let's take a look at that. All right, here's our financial outlook, and it's showing us a very clear path to scaling. And while we don't have access to Utah K9 Academy's past revenues, this model assumes a baseline of $300,000, as well as an average customer based on their website pricing paying roughly $3,000. We project an aggressive but realistic annual growth rate of 17% in year 1, followed by a slight regression, but still an increase of 15% in year 2, and then 18.5% in year 3. And this growth is fueled by a strategic $10,000 annual marketing spend, increasing to $1,250, and then followed by $15,000 in subsequent years, focusing mainly on digital acquisition as well as content creation, paying someone part-time to sort of make our content appeal to our target demographic. And then our variable operating costs are estimated to be around 25 to 45% of revenue. That's just based on sort of industry reports, and fixed costs around $160,000 annually. The exciting part is we project a healthy roughly 19% net margin increase in year 1, scaling to 27.6 in year 3. This is because our fixed costs are remaining relatively stable, while revenue grows, meaning a larger percentage of every new dollar falls to the bottom line. By year 3, net profits exceed $150,000, and the long-term sustainability, when we cross $350,000, the $350,000 revenue threshold, organic word of mouth will outpace the paid acquisition, creating a powerful, self-sustaining growth engine. This is a business that is ready to scale. All right, so what's the ask? We're seeking investment to fully implement this total customer retention overhaul. This plan isn't just about dog training, it's about building a brand, fostering a community, and securing a future where Utah Canine Academy is synonymous with excellence and a lifelong partnership. We're confident that with this marketing plan, Utah Canine Academy will not only dominate the Wasatch Front market, but also set a new standard for the pet services industry. Thank you, and we're now open for questions.